20 photos, put them in order. There's a diary, but the pages are loose. But we do know that the diary pages are written chronologically with one photo for each side of a page. Work out the order of the diary pages first, and then see if you can work out which photos go with each entry. We suspect that some of the photos themselves may also contain visual clues that help identify the order taken in. Once you've ordered the photos, hopefully something important will emerge to tell us. Okay, so work out the order of the diary pages first. These look like historically significant events. Also got markings top and bottom, which might make them fit onto each other or something. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so those. Obviously, there's some time travel involved. So. The order is not simply the dates on them. Diary pages. The searing heat hit me before the sound did. All of it fierce and immediate than the raw, witnessing an aviation first, even though it never loses its wonder. Okay, so does a rocket launch count as aviation? These have also got clocks that are all telling the same time, but they have arrows in different directions, maybe indicating whether we went backwards in time to get here or forwards. Yeah. A sporting spectacle. Aviation. What's this? Is that? Not sure what that doodle on the top right is. Possibly a map. That's a map of London, or the Thames rather. Musical performance. This looks like it could be the tennis. It's got ash on it. That's a sporting spectacle. So there's a a bit more of that there. Right, those two match up. Do we have any more of the Thames by the same token? There's something there. That's the end of a musical score, isn't it? Yep. There, those match up. Other sides, of course. What do we know about the sides? One photo for each side of a page. Okay. So, there's the rest of the river. And there's the rest of the ash. So, doesn't link up to anything. It's got a bit of a coffee stain that might be helpful. Peace sign, that's going to be the Woodstock one, probably. There we go, that goes there. That's the other half of the coffee. So those are all in order. Does that splash match anything? Yes, it does. Okay, great. And then there's not something funny with upside down that's going on, is there? About right. Those are all good. And these are all good. We just don't know which of these comes first. Okay. But we might get a clue from the photos. So we've got two batches. Now we're going backward, backward, forward, backward. Okay. So let's see. This first one's about a battle. What have we got that's got battles in? Great Emu War. But there was a picture of an emu just there. Olympics, Beethoven. That's not a war. It's not a war. Hastings, that's a battle. Okay, so I think Hastings is going to be, especially since they're talking about arrows. So that's going to be the first one, 1066. Then that's something with a crowd, but we don't know what. Something with a ship. There were at least two ships in there, weren't there? Titanic and there's a construction of things. It's a religious event. Fine. That's also the construction of things, but the same year. Interesting. It's destruction of things. Sporting event. Could have a crowd as well. Sort of. Okay. Pigeon Hawk, Titanic, Columbus. That's the other boat. That's kind of historical in a geographic way. And where's Hokusai gone? Over there. And Houdini, who can be in that category too. Okay, where were we? Stood on deck. Columbus or Titanic? We think Hastings. Okay, let's come back to that. That's going to be Pompeii. So that's coming after Hastings. And then A Lucky Escape, there's a crowd, it's a performance. The Man is a Miracle, so that could be the Woodstock one. Or Houdini. Depending on the performances. A musical performance. That's okay. I think we've only got one musical performance. Oh no, Beethoven here as well. So it could be Beethoven or Woodstock. I think we went back in time to get there. And he's more likely to have a conventional musical score than anyone at Woodstock. Then this is about building things. So it's one of those three. But, yeah, okay. This is based in London. The river fur is an underfoot. Well, that's unambiguous. An elephant. Yep, that matches. Okay, so we've definitely got those three in order now. And the Emu War. So that is after that. Okay, I'm happy with that lot so far. This is the Woodstock one, isn't it? Of course, right? Yes. And then the Searing Heat. What's got Searing Heat? A Wall of Fire. an aviation first. Yeah, I think this is the rocket launch, isn't it? Apollo. Let's see, here we've got 16th of July, so that's only a month before Woodstock. Amazing. And we went back in time to do it, so that's coherent. Good. And then someone with a contraption could be peered through his contraption. That's going to be Galileo, surely. Yep. So we'll put that in there. Now we've got what part of the world is that? It looks like, I don't know. Back in time, on deck. So that's Titanic or Columbus again. And then another aviation first. So quick, I've changed everything. That can be Kitty Hawk. And then got rather worth every drop to see a master at work. Let's see that. That's going to be this one, isn't it? The Great Wave. And then 22 spectators and several curious sheep. Players, excellent. No one had, this is the Wimbledon one. The heat. Burning a jacket sleeve. Great Fire of London has a burnt jacket sleeve. And then managed to secure a seat at the end of the table. That's going to be the Last Supper. Where we put the Last Supper here. Remarkable to watch such an iconic landmark. That's going to be one of those three again. All right, what have we got left to put in? We've got Hastings. Then we've got the Frost. Okay, oh, this is the wrong end. Okay, Hastings. Something Pompeii. There's two that go in there. And one's a sporting spectacle, which is going to be the Olympics, I guess. That does come before then. And then stand on the deck watching as the ship moved out. That's still one of those, and I still don't know which. I suspect it's we're coming forward from the first Olympics, which tells us almost nothing. And then we'll go back to Pompeii, which also tells us almost nothing. So we don't know what ship that is yet. We've got the Pompeii, we've got the performance. Well, that's got to be Beethoven or Houdini. I suspect Houdini, but that's come back. And then a musical performance. That's got to be Beethoven, right? Beethoven would be before Houdini, if true. It's 1921 and 1824. Okay, so those are in that order. And they come after Pompeii. And then we're going to build something, and it's going to be before Beethoven, so before 1824. So it's not Paris, it's got to be one of the Egypts, but we don't know which. And then stayed another day. Okay, so I think those are, yeah, and there's no clock on that one, so those are the two Egypts coming subsequent to Beethoven. Then the Frost Fair, and then the Emu War. Okay, so I think that stack's done now. Oh no, but we need to find out which ship that was, don't we? And we couldn't tell. Over here, the crowd was immense at Woodstock. The music was extraordinary. Then Apollo launch. Then Galileo's telescope. Another. No. Here we go. Another aviation. So this is another ship, isn't it? I guess Titanic. What's the, what have we got for dates? Galileo 1609, and then we go back again to, got to be 1492. Then we've got Kitty Hawk, then Hokusai, then Wimbledon, and the Great Fire, and the Last Supper, and finally come forward from the Last Supper to Paris, 1888. Yeah, that's an iconic landmark. So we've just got to slot the Titanic in, and stood on the deck watching the horizon. So that's the Olympics. Then Titanic 1912, coming forward from the Olympics, and then going back to Pompeii, right? Okay. So that's all good. That's all good. Which order do they go in? The Emu War ends up in (1932), and then we go forward to 1969. So we could have that lot and then that lot, or we've got Paris 1888, and then go back to 1066. So that could be either. Either could come first. Is there any clue on the papers? But what about the damage to the jacket, huh? The Woodstock one has to come after because, right? Is this important? It's got a torn jacket. Torn jacket. Maybe it was always torn. What about this flower? Is there any clue on the clothes? Flower's gone a bit wilted there. We end up with no jacket at all by 1888, or nothing to work on. The facial hair, is that important? Not totally convinced it is. Okay, maybe it doesn't matter, maybe. Paris 1888, then back to 1066. That's definitely possible. Or 1932. And then back to Woodstock. Right, okay, I've just made a mistake, haven't I? So Woodstock has to be the beginning because we can't have 1932 and then go forward to Woodstock. Okay, so that's the beginning. And they'll end up in 1888, and then we'll go back to 1066. All right. So that's our order. Once you've ordered the photos, something important will emerge. Okay, so I think this is where the top and bottom markings are going to matter. Ooh. So STC. STCO. U. Count. Okay. We are going to write this down. Where did those come from? Oh, open them up. T R Y Y B or maybe 8. F G no I R T A let's go that way around, can't we? M D L O So we had S T right. That's bottom of a T A N D L Okay, so these sort of go in a cycle perhaps. Because that could be an A coming in there and going out there. We've got last country 8 first and first, or country B maybe. That's where it starts to say country, Paris 1888. Yeah. Okay, country 8 or B, first and last. I think that's what emerges. Let me know how I did.